Hello, my name is Sean Webb. I'm a sales and leasing consultant here with Byers Kia. I wanted to take a minute here to go over this beautiful Twilight Blue 2012 Kia Sportage LX equipped with all-wheel drive. So if you would like to follow me around this vehicle, I'm going to point out a few key benefits and features. First off, we're going to start under the hood of this vehicle. So I'm going to point out a few key things here for you. All the Sportages are going to be equipped with a 4-cylinder. This particular model is a 2.4 liter gasoline engine, makes 176 horsepower and 168 foot-pounds of torque. Don't let that scare you. I believe it's more than enough to get up out of the way on the highway, getting on the on-ramps, etc. It is also equipped with a 6-speed automatic transmission. It's going to help you for the fuel mileage there with the additional extra gears. Most other vehicles in its class are having a 4 or 5-speed transmission. This vehicle is also equipped with our all-wheel drive system. It is an electronic all-wheel drive system, so it is going to be a predominantly front-wheel drive vehicle. If it senses any kind of loss in traction, it directs power where it needs to keep the vehicle straight, stable on the road. Now, as you can see, there's still a lot of space in the engine bay here. Everything is easily accessible for your washer fluid, engine coolant, brake fluid. Battery's really easy to get to and replace if you ever need to do any of that. Now, all of our vehicles are standard. You have your crumple zones here for any kind of front impacts there. You got Lexan headlights. That's going to help you out for any kind of collision. They're not going to break as easily as some glass or other stuff. It's also going to help prevent corrosion or any kind of oxidation that you would get on most normal plastic lenses. Now up here, we also have the fire retardant blanket. Just in case there were an engine fire or anything were to happen to this vehicle, these little plugs right here, they melt. That fire retardant blanket drops on top of the engine, wraps it up just so the fire does not spread to the cabin there itself. Alright, we're going to take a minute and I'm going to go over some of the other features of the vehicle, a little bit on the exterior here. So let me go ahead and close the hood and you can follow me around here to the side. Now, even though this is an LX vehicle, this is still equipped with 17-inch alloy wheels. As you can see, all our vehicles come standard with the tire pressure monitoring system. It's going to let you know if you have a low tire or anything like that. Like I said before, this vehicle is all-wheel drive, as you can see from the badging there. Now, a few features I want to point out is the size of the Sportage itself. In my opinion, the Sportage is the best transfer from a car to an SUV. It has great bolsters in the seats, it handles very well, and it's not as large as some of the other vehicles in its class. So let's go over some of the features here on the outside. As you can see, it's standard breakaway mirrors here. You got your turn signals, LEDs, and everything on the mirror as well. On the underside here, you got the felted wheel wells. That's going to help cut down on some of the road noise there, any kind of rocks thrown up in there to absorb that impact for you. Now, if you want to open up the door here, you can see you got more than enough room in the back seat. I'm 6 foot tall. We can put this seat all the way back for the most part if somebody wants to recline. My knees still aren't touching there. So that's one of the features I really like. It's not as small as some of the other vehicles in its class, but from the exterior, it's relatively similar. Now, the rear seats, they fold almost completely flat there, so you got lots of room to store stuff, hauling lumber, any kind of home remodeling that you're doing. I'd say you probably have more than enough space. You also have a center armrest there, a couple cup holders in there that come in handy. You got a few cup holders in the doors here. I probably wouldn't put any drinks in there with lids on them, but for your water bottles, snacks, etc., you're good to go. Now we're going to take a minute. I'm going to go over here to the hatch area and show you a few more features on the vehicle. Alright, now onto the back of the Sportage. As you can see, it's a pretty aerodynamic looking vehicle in my opinion. It slopes down. Looks like it's a little smaller from the rear area, but I'm going to show you it's definitely not. You still got quite a bit of size in the back there, lots of room to haul things. First, I want to point out a couple exterior features on the vehicle. You do have your standard rear wiper blade there, your wiper squirter. One nice thing is the little stubby antennas that we got here. Kind of nice for car washes and stuff like that. The big metal ones fold back, ding up your paint and all that stuff. Now you still might have to remove these in some car washes, but as you can see, it just screws off real easily. Now, my favorite thing about the Sportage, I really like the way the taillights are on these vehicles. Like I said, it's a really sporty looking SUV in my opinion. Now we're going to go ahead and open up the hatch here. You got your release right here under the hatch door. It's not an actual handle, it's just a slight little button that you push and it pops right up. Very strong hood shocks on these vehicles. Now, like I showed you before, the seats do fold down. You can drop them from the rear of the vehicle, and then like I said, you can get that additional space in there. Now I want to point out, under this cover, you have lots of storage there for small stuff. If you carry dogs around in your vehicle, dog food, water bowls, etc., or any kind of other personal items that you might like to hide when you're out grocery shopping or anything like that. Now you can also get a privacy cover that is available for these vehicles as well. Now, like I said, you got lots of space in these things. Like I told you before, I'm 6 foot tall. Like I said, it's not huge by any means, but I'd say you got more than enough room for an average family. Now I'm going to go ahead and climb out of here, and like I said, show you what it looks like with both of the seats down. Now you tell me if that's not enough space for you or not. Now we're going to move around over here to the driver's side, and I'm going to point out a few more features of this vehicle. Alright, go ahead and pop this rear seat up just to show you it is identical on this side. You can leave that one seat down there if you, like I said, need additional space for hauling stuff, doing any kind of home remodeling. But you still got room for one passenger here in the back if that seat's down. Now we're going to go over the front of the vehicle in the driver's cabin and show you some nice little features here. One of my favorite little things about the Kia vehicles is the seat adjustment that you got here. Kind of a little primitive feature, but it really does come in handy. I go ahead and pump the seat up all the way for all my customers. And when you get in the vehicle here, you can pump it down to wherever you need to. It comes in handy, especially so you can see over the dash, the hood. Now my favorite thing aside from that and a few other features here on the interior of the vehicle is I love the seats. I'm a sports car guy, and the seats in these things have really nice bolsters. Like I said before, it reminds me of a car. It's a perfect transfer from a car to an SUV. So this might be the perfect vehicle for you if you're coming in here trading in a car or, like I said, a sports sedan. Now, you have your standard tilt wheel right here, and adjust that. All your steering wheel controls, keep your hands on the wheel. You got your Bluetooth here, all your calling controls, your radio controls here, switch in between modes, change the station, adjust the volume, and then over here on the right side, you have your cruise control. Now, let me get the key out of my pocket here, and I'm going to go ahead and start this vehicle up for you. You can see we got a nice little handy flip key on this vehicle. This one is also equipped with the Kia remote start function. But since I'm already in the vehicle, we're just going to go ahead and start it up with the physical key. Nice and quiet vehicle, obviously being that it's new, but Kias, like I said, they really have cut down on the road noise here. Now, let me turn this AC up a little bit. I don't know if you can see in here, but we have a few features up front. I really like the dash layout. Everything's really easy to get to. So, as you can see, this is our standard audio system. But even though it is a standard audio system, you still have some really nice features that come along with it. One being the Bluetooth that I had mentioned before. You can pair up to 5 phones in here, but like I said, if you want to look a little more into that, we have some other videos that will be posted here as well. You have 2 auxiliary outputs, 2 power output, or 1 auxiliary output, 2 power outputs down here, USB hookup for your MP3 players. There's also an iPod cable available for all of you Apple users out there. Now we're going to go over here to the shifter. You can see, like I said before, very easy to get to. You're not reaching, stretching very far to get to it. This vehicle has a sport shift transmission, so you can manually shift it there, and that really comes in handy for passing cars or getting on the on-ramps and very busy intersections and whatnot. But for most people, you're probably just going to leave it and drive there. Now you got 2 cup holders right here, lots of room down there. Like I said, that really comes in handy for the drinks. A lot of cars have the cup holders there, and then you got an armrest that covers it. It's kind of difficult to fit them big gulps in there. Now we have lots of space in the center console, so you can store all kinds of CDs and all that good stuff in there. Keep all your little accessories in there, phone chargers, etc., etc. Now, a few other features about this vehicle that are standard is there is an ecosystem. What it is an actual light on the dash here that shows up in green, and it's going to remind you when you're driving this vehicle at its most efficient point. Now it doesn't change the actual drivability of the vehicle itself, but what it does is, like I said, remind you when you're driving the vehicle most efficient point, and whenever you see that light on, you know you're saving money in your pocket. So definitely try and keep that light on, not drive so aggressive on the road there, and you're definitely going to get good fuel mileage. Now this all-wheel drive vehicle still does get really good mileage. Based off my customer reviews, they're all averaging in the mid-20s here, even with the all-wheel drive system. So I'm going to show you a couple other features here that are nice. Over here on the side, we have a few other controls. Traction control, you would turn that off if maybe you were stuck in snow or something, or we needed to get a little more RPM out of the vehicle on slippery conditions. That's the only time you would ever need to turn that off. Now we also have an electronic braking system on these vehicles, and what it does is it's going to sense any kind of urgency on the pedal. Depending on how fast you hit that pedal, it will apply full pressure. And tied in with that system is our downhill brake assist. You hit that button right there whenever you're going down a steep incline. It will retain that speed and apply the brake pressure for you so you can focus on the road or something you may be hauling behind this vehicle. Now on to hauling, all of the Kia Sportages can still haul small trailers for mulch, stuff like that, up to 2,000 pounds. And we'll go ahead and turn this one off. Now like I told you before, the all-wheel drive system is going to be predominantly front-wheel drive on this vehicle. But over here, in severe winter conditions or slippery conditions, if you wanted to lock all four wheels, just simply hit that button right there while the vehicle is in park or drive, and it will automatically lock all four for you. Now this button over here, this is just your dimmer for your cluster. Now I'm going to go ahead and hop out here, show you a couple other things. Like I said, the hatch opens itself just by the handle back there when the vehicle is unlocked. You have your fuel door lid right there. Pull that, easy to access. You can't access it from the outside of the vehicle, which is nice for safety reasons. Don't want your car getting broken into or anybody putting any foreign objects into your gas tank there. Now aside from all the other interior features I showed you, you can see all your steering wheel controls, or all of your window controls and everything are on the door panel here. You got power mirrors, power locks. You can lock the windows there for children. You have the auto window buttons, just one tap, window goes down. And that really comes in handy there for a lot of people. That concludes our walk around on the 2012 Kia Sportage LX all-wheel drive. Just want to let you know that this vehicle also comes in two other trim levels, an EX and an SX model. They come with a lot more features and functions. Now if you'd like to stop on in or give us a call sometime, schedule a test drive, I'd be glad to help you out with that. Either myself or one of our experienced salesmen can take good care of you. So thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.